Alright guys, I'm back, and in this video I'm going to show you guys how I cook my fried deer steak. And again, just keep this in mind. This is how I cook it. It's my favorite way to cook it. So, everybody does things different, but I love this way. It's pretty easy to do. So yeah, let's go ahead and move over to the counter and let's get into it. So real quick before we get started, I'm going to show you guys what I use. So here's the bowl here, and I am doing mule deer today. This was my mule deer I killed this year, but I'm thawing it out in a bowl. I started thawing it out last night. And we have over here, we have our cutting board and meat tenderizer. And then right here, our ingredients, pretty simple: salt, black pepper, Cavenders, and then obviously you're gonna need some olive oil and also some flour, which I don't have out right now, but yeah, you'll need flour too. So let me wait for everything to get done. This right here is still not quite thawed out yet, but it should be here pretty shortly. All right guys, our first step, it's been about an hour now. Our meat's thawed out a little bit more, or thawed out all the way. First step is going to be to rinse the meat off and move it to the cutting board. So all we're gonna do, have cold water, rinse it off to the cutting board, and then I'll see you guys after I get this done. All right guys, while we're waiting for our steak over here, we're letting it rest for a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and mix everything up. We're gonna put flour in here first, and then salt, pepper, and Cavenders. So a few things I forgot. You do need a Ziploc or something to, mix it together. I use a fork, you can use tongs or whatever, and then I have a bowl here to put it in when I'm done, and I'll put some paper towels in that bowl. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and mix everything up in there, and then we'll start working on the skillet over here after we come back over here, which I'll explain here in just a minute. All right guys, we're back. We have everything mixed up in the bag. One thing I wanted to say, don't be afraid to kind of overkill it with all three of these here. You can never go overkill with salt, pepper, Cavenders. Now we're going to tenderize the meat and pretty much flatten it out. And yeah, I'll get back to you guys after I get that done, and then we go ahead and move over to the skillet. All right guys, so we got the meat tenderized. Now we're gonna move over here, and here in just a second, when you guys see me again, it's 11:18. So here at about 11:25 or so, I'm gonna go ahead and start getting the oil hot on the skillet. We're gonna turn it up to, I don't know, a little bit, probably halfway between medium and high. Start getting the oil hot, and then at around 11:30, after we've let our meat rest for a little bit, then we'll start cooking, and I will see you guys after I get some oil in the pan. All right guys, we're back. We've got the oil in the skillet, and we're letting that warm up, and the amount of oil, I just put it about half as high as the meat is gonna be. So, you stick your meat in there, oil should be about halfway up it. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get a few pieces ready and throw in the bag, and then we'll move on to putting them in the skillet here in probably 3 or 4 minutes. All right guys, we're back. It's been a few minutes. I already got some meat right there ready. So just so you know, if you guys don't know, when your oil's hot enough, you'll know if you put a little bit of flour in there, just off your hands or something, and you see it start sizzling a little bit, that's when it's ready. Mine, I may need a little bit longer on there, but yeah. All right guys, we got it on there. So now what I'm gonna do is, real quick, we're just gonna go ahead and give it another little splash of salt, pepper, and some Cavenders. There we go. These couple pieces. And you can put more on there at once. I'm just doing a little bit at a time. Oh, a little too much Cavender's there. But yeah, so I'm just going to take my fork, move it back and forth, and when you can feel it start scraping the bottom, that's when you're going to flip it. So I'll catch you guys here in a minute. All right, guys, we got the first couple pieces out here. Once they're this nice golden brown is when you can go ahead and take them off. Let me try it. Delicious. So I'm going to keep frying these up, and then I'll see you guys after we get done frying these. And remember, you can never use too much seasoning. Alright guys, we got them cooking up. These have been sitting here for a minute. This is kind of what they look like. I got flour all over my hands. That's what they're looking like. Nice and brown. Looks like we got a couple here about ready to pull off. So we'll go ahead and pull these off. And remember, seasoning. Alright guys, we're almost done cooking. And here's our final product. And one more thing, if you want to make it more tender, you can get a Dutch oven. Put it in the oven at about 275 for like 30 minutes. And then check it after about 15 minutes. And that will actually make those a lot more tender. But I'm not going to do that today. But yeah, just if you guys wanted to do that, that is something you can do. I appreciate you guys watching. Peace out.